What's going on, Arizona Sports fan family? Today, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at two more mock drafts. If there's a mock draft out there that you want me to take a look at, definitely let me know in the comments. But the best way to do it is to follow me on my social media. You can send me a link and say, hey, check out this mock draft, and we can, make a video about it. In this video, we're going to take a look at the Draft Network's latest mock draft, as well as CBS Sports' latest mock draft. And we're going to take a look at those and see where they have the Arizona Cardinals picking and who is going to be a new member of the Arizona Cardinals. So let's dive right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Roll that intro. Alright everybody, welcome back in. Now, like I mentioned in the intro, we got two mock drafts that we want to take a look at pertaining to who's going to be going to the Arizona Cardinals, right? Before we get started, definitely do me one huge favor, smack the like button on this video and subscribe for more Arizona Cardinals content. Follow me on all my social platforms. In the description of this video, you will see nice clickable links, so you can go ahead and click on them and obviously shoot me a follow on my, yes, I have a TikTok now, as well as Instagram and Twitter. Now, I did see somebody ask me here, hey, are we going to be doing our own mock drafts? And the answer is yes. We're probably going to be most likely waiting until the off season to do our own mock drafts, but as of right now, we're just taking a look at mock drafts from other big websites to see like where they have the Arizona Cardinals going, so we can go and basically react to it. So first mock draft we're going to be taking a look into is going to be the Draft Network. So let's dive right into it here. 2023 NFL mock draft from Kyle Krabs 5.0. All right, let's get started here. So for the first overall pick in the 2023 NFL draft, they got the Houston Texans going Jalen Carter. What the heck? Okay, so this is the first time so far since we've been doing these mock drafts that they don't have Bryce Young or even a quarterback going to the Houston Texans. So that's automatically going to throw an absolute huge wrench for the Arizona Cardinals' plans and what they're trying to do. So that's huge right there. Houston Texans going Jalen Carter. Okay, all right, well, let's keep it going. We got a trade already. That's interesting. Okay, so they have a trade. The Chicago Bears and the Seattle Seahawks, literally from number 3 to 2, the Seahawks go Bryce Young. Wow. Okay. That's interesting. All right. Now, I've been talking about Seattle Seahawks getting a quarterback for quite some time. Obviously, this would make me happy, but like being that Jalen Carter went first overall, I'm not sure about this one. This was automatically like super new to me so far. Like this is a different one for sure. All right, so first we had the Texans going Jalen Carter, and then the Seattle Seahawks trading up with the Chicago Bears and getting Bryce Young. All right, let's take a look here. We got the Chicago Bears going Will Anderson. Makes sense, right? If Jalen Carter isn't there, Will Anderson is a next generational talent on the defensive line, so that makes sense. So now the Arizona Cardinals pick number 4. Oh, no. Okay, so now they have the Carolina Panthers trading up with the Arizona Cardinals at the 4th overall spot. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. So the Cardinals move back to the number 9, and we get some other picks. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, so the Carolina Panthers, they go Will Levis, quarterback out of Kentucky. Dang, so that means we got moved over to the 9th spot. All right, well, let's take a look to see who else falls, right? Let's see. All right, for the 5th overall spot in the 2023 NFL Draft, they got the Indianapolis Colts getting C.J. Stroud, which makes sense. I do believe that a quarterback is definitely in their future. They need something at this very moment. And C.J. Stroud had a very, very good last game of his collegiate career. So honestly, I like this fit for C.J. Stroud going to the Colts, or at least any quarterback needy team, right? All right, let's move on over to the Detroit Lions with the 6th overall pick. We're getting close to the Cardinals here. They're going Tyree Wilson, edge out of Texas Tech. Okay, now at one point, maybe earlier in the season, I thought they would go quarterback, but they did come out and say Jared Goff is their future. Now, I don't believe anything these organizations say. Like, let's be honest here, because they've lied to everybody multiple times, and that's kind of known as a smokescreen. So this right here is okay. I mean, I could see them trying to get some, defensive line help by getting an edge player. Okay, well, let's move on here. Let's go over to the Las Vegas Raiders. Just a real quick interruption here. When I originally looked at this mock draft, I had the 7th overall was the Raiders, and then the 8th was the Baltimore Ravens getting traded with the Atlanta Falcons. So just FYI, that's why you're going to see a discrepancy within the numbers. Just FYI, okay? They are going Paris Johnson junior offensive tackle from Ohio State. So definitely trying to get somebody to help out their young quarterback. Hey, maybe that might be their the way that they're going to be going moving forward, because obviously Derek Carr is going to be either released or traded this coming offseason. So yeah, that's going to be interesting there. All right, we're getting close to the Cardinals here. So we got the 8th overall pick. So we got another trade. We have the Atlanta Falcons, which usually picks at the 8th spot. They traded with the Baltimore Ravens, and the Ravens end up going Myles Murphy. Okay, so they get Myles Murphy, edge out of Clemson. Wow, okay. But in this mock draft, they're saying that the Atlanta Falcons is going to get Lamar Jackson, and Baltimore receives the 8th, the 39th, the 110th, a 2024 first round pick, and a 2025 first round. Whoa, this is a crazy mock draft, y'all. This mock draft is nuts. So the Baltimore Ravens trade up. Yes, they trade into the 8th spot, but they also have the Atlanta Falcons basically giving up their 8th so they can get Lamar Jackson and then a lot of picks after that. That's crazy. Okay. All right. Okay, let's keep it moving. I'm not sure how plausible that is, because I do know that I heard that the Ravens are going to try to restart negotiations. Now, is Lamar Jackson going to want to start negotiations back? I guess that's the biggest thing out there, right? So let's see. All right, let's go ahead and continue with the Arizona Cardinals, 9th overall in the 2023 NFL Draft. The Arizona Cardinals go Christian Gonzalez, cornerback out of Oregon. Okay. All right. Now, in order for them to move, the Arizona Cardinals did get a good amount of picks. So the Carolina Panthers got the 4th overall pick, right? We moved back to the 9th. They give us their 2nd and their 3rd. And a 2024 third rounder too. So like, we're just piling up draft picks if this is correct, right? If this is real, that's exactly how this would go down. So the Arizona Cardinals move from the 4th to the 9th, still getting Christian Gonzalez, probably seen to be one of the best cornerbacks, right? Really just depending on how you look at it. And we receive their 61th, their 93. Sorry, let's do it this way. We also receive their 2nd round pick, the 3rd round pick, and a 2024 3rd round pick too. So hey, I mean that's a pretty good amount of picks right there for the Arizona Cardinals to start building young from the draft if this were to be possible. So Christian Gonzalez, how do you guys feel about that? Let me know in the comments below. All right, let's move on to the next mock draft. This one was crazy. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't mind the cornerback pick. I think, honestly, the Arizona Cardinals can go any which way, right? We can go offensive line, defensive line, or cornerback. So being that we're addressing something makes me excited. So, hey, I'm down with Christian Gonzalez. I know some people would say Keely, right? Somebody would say Keely Ringo or Cam Smith, just really depending on who you think is the best cornerback out there. So I don't mind this at all. Let's move on to the next mock draft. Let's go ahead and get started here. So for the first overall, in this mock draft, this is going to be from CBS, by the way. And this is the most recent one. They have the Texans going Bryce Young. That's what I'm used to. That's right there what I'm used to. Them going quarterback and getting Bryce Young. Okay, that makes sense. Let's move on over to the Chicago Bears, and they go Will Anderson. Okay, makes sense, right? All right, let's move on over to the 3rd overall pick with the Seahawks, and they go Jalen Carter. Bruh. For some reason, I don't know why, like, I didn't really have a big deal with, like, the Texans getting Jalen Carter, but because the Seahawks are getting Jalen Carter, like, even if they get Will Anderson or Jalen Carter, that really irritates me because they're in our division, and I don't want to see those guys if they're not in the Arizona Cardinals uniform, right? So that's kind of concerning to me that they go Jalen Carter, not a freaking quarterback. I'm still going to say it, until the draft, I still think they need to get a quarterback. Geno Smith isn't the answer. So they get Jalen Carter. That sucks. So the Arizona Cardinals picking 4th overall, and then they get, whoa, here we go, a big bombshell. The Arizona Cardinals getting Quentin Johnston, wide receiver out of TCU, 6'4", 215 pounds. Wow. So I'm assuming CBS Sports is saying we're going to go wide receiver because they maybe think that DeAndre Hopkins will no longer be there, right? That's being a big storyline coming into this offseason, or, before we get into the offseason, that, hey, don't be surprised if DeAndre Hopkins either gets traded or requests for a trade to get out of the Arizona Cardinals, because let's be honest, we're going to be a rebuilding team, right? A lot of people want to say retool, but I think we're going to be a rebuilding team with a new regime coming in here and really kind of figuring out what new direction we're going to take. So this mock draft has the Arizona Cardinals going Quentin Johnston, which is obviously the best wide receiver in this NFL draft. Now, if the Arizona Cardinals did go this route, it would be under the understanding that we got rid of DeAndre Hopkins. But to me specifically, yes, I like Quentin Johnson. I do, but I wouldn't go this route though. Like, even if we got rid of DeAndre Hopkins, I think there's still so much more holes that the Arizona Cardinals could address in not getting Quentin Johnson here, right? Even if we traded back, we still probably could get Quentin Johnson, right? Like later on, maybe in the 7th or the 8th pick, maybe that might be too much, but I still would love the Arizona Cardinals to go defense, cornerback, anywhere in the defensive line, or even offensive linemen. So I'm not mad at it. Like, I'm not mad at that pick, because if Hop is not here next year, that makes sense. But like, I still would want the Arizona Cardinals to address the trenches or cornerback. So let me know what you guys think. These mock drafts have been eye-opening, right? Different possibilities, different kind of ways of seeing these mock drafts shake out. Which ones do you like? If you don't like any of them, let me know in the comments. If you do like one of them over the other, definitely let me know in the comments as well. Now, to recap, CBS has us picking in the 4th overall spot, getting Quentin Johnson, wide receiver out of TCU, and then the Draft Network has us trading our 4th overall pick to the 9th with the Carolina Panthers, and us getting Christian Gonzalez, cornerback out of Oregon. So those are the 2 mock drafts we're taking a look at. Like I mentioned a little earlier, if there's another mock draft you want me to take a look at, let me know in the comments, or you can follow me on my social media platforms. It's probably the easiest way to do it, because these comments here on YouTube doesn't really give me notifications. So let me know, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to continue to look at these mock drafts to see how all these other people, right, all these big companies have the Arizona Cardinals do. Let me know in the comments below, everybody, if you truly did enjoy this. Have a great rest of your day, and as always, go Cards.